Hey, everybody. Welcome. We're so happy to be here with you today on our regular Friday get together about what's new and coming up with lipedema. I'm Leslyn Keith with the Lipedema Project and Lipedema Simplified. I do some things with research and stuff like that. And I'm here with my friend and colleague, Gail, who I got to see for the first time in person and actually hug just recently. And so, Gail, tell everybody about your wonderful self.
Well, first of all, I'm Gail Straker, and I am the community manager for Lipedema Simplified and director of coaching. And just you'll see my face and hear my voice everywhere because I'm the schmoozer and the talker and
You do a lot of stuff.
The dig-arounder. And I was absolutely thrilled to finally meet Leslyn for the very first time in person during the Perrin Workshop Week in Boston. So that was the first weekend in February, and it was wonderful. So
yeah, it was awesome. And now we also want to meet you. So we would love for you to, even if you're an old timer and have come to lots of these Friday get-togethers, and we just love to see that you're here again, or if this your first time, doesn't matter. Just put in the comments who you are, where in the world you are. And well, it's kind of fun to hear what the weather is in other places of the world. So let us know how it looks for you where you are. How is it right now in Idaho?
It's bright and well, and I don't know about all of Idaho, but here in Boise, it's bright and sunny. It's chilly, but not cold. I mean, it's cool. I don't have a sweater on in the house, so and it's gorgeous. The blue skies, a little bit of white fluffy clouds. I always call them Bart Simpson clouds, the little white fluffy clouds, and you can see the mountain. Mountain's got snow on it, so we're happy. Ski season. So it's gorgeous. Nice. It's gorgeous out.
And we see some people posting. Stephanie is in Texas, and Stephanie says the weather is beautiful where she is. And Jessica is in Huntley, Illinois, and it's cold and cloudy. And I would be curious, Jessica, what cold means to you. Cold to me in Southern California means a different thing to people who live everywhere else except for Florida. So I'm curious what it is for you. And Jessica, let's see, Mary is in sunny and chilly in Duluth, Minnesota, and Sherry is in Michigan. Oh, and here's Donna, cold and very windy in New Hampshire. And I think that Donna's cold is different from my cold. So Jessica says about 30. Okay. And it feels like 21. Okay. Now that is frigid. Okay. Let me just tell you, this is frigid.
See, what's crazy about it? Like when Jessica says it's 30 and it feels like 21, that's because the wind's blowing. Or it's really, it's that really, really dry cold. And I know that with Donna, they were supposed to get a nor'easter. That was supposed to be that storm because that's what Catherine was talking about. And the wind just kind of goes through. Like I used to tell, the wind's blowing into my left ear and out my right.
That's right. And it's freezing your brain.
It's freezing my brain. So yeah, it's quite crazy. But it's wintertime in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yep. And I thought I saw someone from the UK. Yes, Lynn in the UK says it's almost 10 p.m. there. So thank you for staying on late in the night. That's just about my bedtime. 31 in New Hampshire, Sherry. Cold and light snow, Mary, 13 degrees. Is that approaching frigid? Is that frigid?
That's getting close.
Okay.
That's jacket weather.
Yeah. And I'm here and it's 50 degrees, which normally I would say that was cool, but when I'm hot flashing, this feels like the appropriate temperature. So
let's get over those hot flashes, Leslyn.
So we do have several things to share with everybody about, but please post in there in the chat if there's any topics related to lipedema you would like to discuss, like how do you handle the weather with your lipedema and stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about a couple of, well, this new and coming up stuff. We do have a paper that we've been working on for a couple of years. It's called Proposed Framework for Research Case Definitions of Lipedema. So defining lipedema for research studies. And that is going to be coming out in Lymphatic Research in Biology in the next couple of months. Interestingly, one of the co-authors, we have 10 on there, Catherine Seo and Siobhan Huggins and myself and many other top experts in the field of lipedema. Dr. Stanley Roxon is one of our authors, and he is going to be at the Gordon Research Conference that's coming up in Ventura. And it's in Ventura, California, right here in Southern California. I can't believe it's like 4 miles from where I live. So I'm going to be there and get to meet Dr. Roxon in person. Of course, we do all kinds of stuff since 2020 on Zoom, but I'll get to meet him in person and talk about this whole research conference is on the lymphatics. So I'm pretty excited to be there to engage in that. Just one of the, yes.
So this particular article, Proposed Framework for Research Case Definitions of Lipedema. Dr. Roxon is one of the authors. You, yes. Siobhan, Catherine, and then so 3 people from
Gabrielle Ferber from Germany, Isabel Forner Cordero from Spain, Stefan Rapprich, a surgeon from Germany, Dr. Michelini from Italy, who is he's the top guy of the lipedema. We have a collaboration, a world collaboration. They just hosted a conference in Potsdam where Siobhan and Lisa and Dr. Carmody all went. So Dr. Michelini is really top in the field as well. Shoot, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
And Dr. Carmody, our own Dr. Carmody.
Dr. Carmody is on there, yes.
Dr. Carmody's on there. So there's 4 from Lipedema Simplified Lipedema Project.
Yes.
And yes. He actually presented this paper
yes.
at the World Congress.
Yes, good.
And that was in October. So yeah, so it's I think it's awesome. And so as soon as this comes out, as soon as it gets published, we will make sure that we get that link to everybody. We will make sure that they have it so that they can take a good look at that. And
share it with your healthcare provider. It's going to be we're paying for it to be open access, so it's not going to be behind a paywall. Anybody with an internet can get the paper.
Yeah, and that's going to be wonderful. So that's something to look forward to. Also, when you it's a proposed framework for research case definition, so we can actually now have a definition of what lipedema is that makes the research more succinct, more
uniform, so that because one of the nice things about research is that you could be all looking at similar things, or you've collected a whole bunch of data that someone else could use that data and answer a different research question. But if you have 2 different definitions about what lipedema is, then you're not going to be able to share that and put all that data together. So the more uniform we are in how we define lipedema, then the stronger our research will be.
Oh yeah, that's exciting to be on that edge, to be that leading spot for us. So
yes.
Thanks. I always like to talk about that. It's very exciting for me.
Mm-hmm. So, and I will just tell everybody that just this morning I recorded a podcast with a podcast called Ketones and Coffee with Lorenz. And just a delightful man. He has interviewed many people from the low carb space. You can tell by the title, Ketones and Coffee. And he found out about lipedema and lymphedema, and of course, how we're applying a ketogenic diet. And so he reached out to both Siobhan and I, and Siobhan is tremendously busy. So I said, I'll do it. So I just had a wonderful chat with him this morning. And when that comes out, I'm not sure how long it takes between recording and actually publishing it. We'll definitely let everybody know. I think this is going to be valuable for helping you educate your family, colleagues, healthcare provider.
Right. And even if you haven't, as we wait, go ahead and get in there. If it's a podcast, take a look at it. Listen to what he has to say with his other. I was looking at the list of all of his past
guests.
Podcasts. He has over 160, I think, around their podcasts out. And I was looking at his guest list, and I'm honored that we're going to be on his guest list, because there's some pretty big names out there. So it's really
very
exciting.
Much so. Very much so. Yep. Yeah. So, Gail, I know that we didn't put this on our list, but I'm wondering if you want to say something about Emmy's Box of Hope.
Oh, I always want to talk about Emmy's Box of Hope, and I do have this right here. I'll grab it so we can put it in. So, Emmy's Box of Hope is for everyone. However, it kind of has a cutesy name, but it is not cutesy in any way. What it is it's a website that you can go to if you want to get more information. And it was developed by, we call it Emergent Strategies Wisdom Circles. Our community has come together, the community of all the lipedema patients, and then some of our coaches, Dr. Carmody, Catherine, we all have gotten together and we answered a question. And the question was, what do we know about lipedema? What do we want to know about lipedema? Okay, that's 2 questions. And what do we wish we had? And one of the things, the very first thing that we wanted was something we could hand our doctors or other people that says, do you have legs that look like this? Or do your patients' legs look like this? To get people involved. So we wanted something for the person that has zero knowledge about lipedema. But we also wanted something for those of us like me, who I've been around I'm celebrating 4 years of knowing, maybe more than that, 5 years of knowing I had lipedema. Fiona is celebrating 10 years of knowing that she has lipedema. And we talk about it like a celebration, because it's not like, oh, I've known I had lipedema for 4 years. I'm grateful I know I have lipedema, because now I know what to do about it, right? Now I can be educated. Now I'm no longer wondering. So Emmy's Box of Hope is literally a website where you can go in and you can get free resources from Lipedema Simplified. You can get postcards to print out. You can get pain-free blood pressure pamphlet in there. You can get you can connect up with the community. You can do all kinds of things. Like there's rabbit holes all over that place. But we created it for the community to share with other people. It is our gift, the closer knit community that we have now that works real close with us with this, to reach out to the larger community to bring them in, because we know that community is vital to our success in treating lipedema, in managing lipedema. So I have I popped that link in there, Emmy's Box of Hope. Emmy is our cute little flying pig. She doesn't know she can't fly. She's a pig. She has no clue that she can't fly, because everything's possible for her. And so we take her as our mascot, because everything's possible for us as long as we break out of our box and fly. So that's where we, what does it says? Can you repeat the website, please? Yes, I'll pop it back in there again. And that will, Emmy's Box of Hope. Just go ahead and
learn.lipedema-simplified.org.
Right. And here's the thing. When you click on it, it won't look like anything about a website, like Lipedema Simplified website, but it'll say, get your free resources here. Click on that link, and you'll get your free resources.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Our gift to you.
Yes. And Julie's here from Camarillo. She's my neighbor. And Jeanette from Northern Ireland, welcome. And she says it's 20 degrees with wind chill at 10. And
Okay.
Jeanette, don't you do it in Celsius there in Ireland? Thank you for putting it into the Fahrenheit that I would understand.
I was going to say, I bet you anything that's going to be Fahrenheit, because I'm thinking 20 degrees is pretty comfy.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that is in Fahrenheit. And Sherry is here from sunny southern Florida, so she's doing well. And Kristen is in Northern California above Sacramento. It's about 68, gray, cloudy skies. Yeah, we got a storm coming that's going to come through. So I think it'll get up there too, Kristen. And Kathleen in Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin. I just like saying Sheboygan.
I know, I love names.
Kathy is the Doc and Research Gate. Is this the Doc and Research Gate? Kathy, I put the poster that describes what's in our paper in ResearchGate, so you can see kind of like a summary of what our paper is about in ResearchGate. But to get the whole paper, that's going to be published coming up. And okay, Vicki has a question. She is asking about hormone replacement. She's 65 and wondering, will this affect her lipedema? Because her hormones are definitely low. So this is a question that we have been wrestling with, Vicki, and definitely, and Kathy, you know, if you're still here, I'm sure you can post some link to some papers, because I know that Kathy's been looking at this. There is some disagreement out there, and there's definitely been papers that saying, hey, this might help lipedema symptoms. I think it really depends. I think we're finding that we already knew how lipedema presents so differently in each person. I mean, we have these characteristics and these symptoms, but you can look at someone who has lipedema and she may look completely different for someone else who also has lipedema. And I think that is the way we are inside as well. And for some people, hormones, getting hormone replacement could be inflammatory, and other people, it could be non-inflammatory and calm things down. So it really requires you to be talking carefully with your endocrinologist, maybe your gynecologist, and start with giving them a paper about lipedema, so that if they don't know about lipedema, they need to get some more information, so that they can help you navigate this kind of unknown territory. We're just not sure. So Gail, do you have any thoughts on this?
I know that when I tried hormone replacement therapy before I knew I had lipedema. Yeah. What I was given, and I had two different types. I had a combi patch, and I had I actually had a compounded cream.
Yeah.
Right. And I got it from two different doctors, because I was like, okay, this person doesn't understand me. I went to somebody else. They gave me a workup. And so my second one was the compounded cream. And I will tell you right now, both of them made me miserable. Yeah. Both of them made me miserable. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was before I knew I had lipedema. Did they make me miserable like in my legs? No, they made me miserable in my whole entire body. Yeah. And so for me, hormone replacement therapy, I think, needs to be carefully monitored. And don't just assume one way or the other what it's going to do. I know for some people, hormone replacement makes their lives so much easier, and for me, it was miserable. And they tried. The docs tried, but I decided that the misery I was living in at the time was less miserable than the misery I lived in when I was doing the hormone replacement. So
Yeah.
just when you do it, know that it might be an answer and it might not be an answer, but it's going to depend on how your body reacts. Also, dosages might be different, so that's why my second doctor went to a compounding pharmacy to try to get a better balance for me. Neither one was and finally I just decided I had to go keto.
Yeah. And for some people doing, that we've just read a whole book on it by Elizabeth Bright. Some people just increasing fat and getting the inflammatory carbs out of your diet helps also with menopausal symptoms. So I think that also what you're getting at, Gail, is citizen science.
Yes.
You are an experiment of one person, and what you discover about yourself is actually going to help other people. And we have this unique opportunity to collaborate with other people that are doing citizen science. So let's share about that, because this is a conference that's coming up in Las Vegas. And our own Siobhan Huggins is going to be presenting there.
Hold on a minute. I'm working on it.
Okay. And so this is happening in Las Vegas in March. And actually a bunch of us at Lipedema Simplify will be there with our honeys with us. So we're pretty excited to get together in Las Vegas. This is Dave Feldman through the Citizen Science Foundation is putting on this conference. It's going to be, and I'm looking at the date, it's March 15 and 16.
Collaborative.
The Collaborative Science.
I know I didn't get a banner made.
Yeah, Collaborative Science Conference. And they're going to have a lot of, if you have gone to low carb conferences before, you'll recognize a lot of those speakers like Ken Berry, Nadir Ali, Ben Bickman, David Diamond, Dominique D'Agostino, Brett Scher, our lovely Amber O'Hearn is going to be speaking. Jamie Seaman, who is a OBGYN doc and does talk about those hormonal issues and stuff like that. So maybe she'll have something good to share. Peter Ballerstedt. I mean, you're going to recognize a lot of these names and these speakers if you've been in a low carb space. But they're also going to have people who have just an experiment of one person, and they've been trying something with their diet, or we have some people right now experimenting with exogenous ketones and lipedema symptoms, so they're experimenting with that, and they're documenting what's happening, what they're experiencing, both the good, the bad, and the neutral. They're documenting all that stuff, and they're going to share it at this conference. I think they've been given 12 minutes each. So if you can join us in Las Vegas, we'd love to see you there.
And here's the thing. So we're very recognizable, right? I mean, if you saw me on the street, you would go, ah! If you saw Leslyn, you'd go, ah!
Now, you're 5'11", Gail, so they might look up to you too.
I'm 5'9". I have been You're growing me, which is fun.
I'm growing you.
You're sprinkling water on me and growing me. But like when I met Leslyn 2 weeks ago, and we were picking her up at the airport, and Catherine says to me, "Okay, be on the lookout for a tall, lanky blonde." Like I didn't know she was a tall, lanky blonde, right? Cracked me up, because there is no missing Leslyn when she walks in the room. And I only say that, Leslyn, because majority of the time I'm looking at people who are 6 feet tall or shorter, right? And you're above that. Plus, there's no missing you. So if you go to this conference, seriously, if you're in the Vegas area and all you want to do is go to the conference, just go to the speaker conference time, it's $25. If you want an extra, remember, it's a fundraiser. We're raising money for collaborative science, and that's what we want. We want to know the science behind this. Every question we get here, except where can I find a doc? Every other question, hormones, that's science, right? What should I eat? That's science. Is there a gene? That's science. Every single thing we do, we are our own citizen scientist.
Yes.
It's going to be fabulous. So if you're in the area at all, and you can make it to this, come to this. And if you see one of us floating around or stumbling around or whatever we're doing, fumbling and humbling and cracking up, you'll recognize my voice, because if I'm there, I'm going to be talking, right? But the people who are going to be there are phenomenal. Don't be shy. If we're there and you see us, do not be shy. Just reach out and get in our face. At least mine. Don't worry about me. I don't know about Leslyn, but don't worry about me. You can get in my face.
Absolutely. I have to tell you, one of the funnest things that happened when I spoke at KetoCon in Austin, Texas one year, and we had already been doing a lot of stuff with Lipedema Simplified before then. And so some of Lipedema ladies came up to me and told me their name. So of course I recognized their name because I've seen their posts on Facebook. I didn't recognize their face, but as soon as they said their name, oh my God, it's like you're the old friends that you just met. So right. We would love to, interview in person if you're able to be there.
And for me, I went to Keto Fest in 2022. Yes. Catherine, me, and Siobhan went to Keto Fest. And I will tell you what, every single speaker I walked up to next to him, and I was snapping selfies, right? And I remember I took a picture of Peter Ballerstedt, and I sent it. I said, Leslie, look who I'm with. And she's like, it's the sod father. I mean, it's just crazy, because the thing about the keto community, the thing about lipedema, we want people involved.
Yes.
Because if we don't, this is a grassroots movement. We're taking charge because nothing else is happening. We're taking charge. That's why we love that. And so, I just saw a picture of Kristen still on here. We have that thing called Miranda that we do, our exercise group. Yes. And last night, Kristen went to see Miranda at PBS.
The person Miranda.
Miranda Esmond White.
Yes.
In Sacramento at PBS, and on a fundraiser. And Kristen got her picture taken with her and gave her postcards from Lipedema Simplified.
Yes.
So there's always somebody you can reach out and talk to. I get all excited.
I got to say about Leslyn, who posted, Las Vegas, I'm in Vegas.
Right.
Perfect. See you there.
You
need to be there. Hopefully you're available that Friday and Saturday. We would love to see you there. And Des also says 34 and just got diagnosed with stage 3. My primary doctor didn't even know what it was and referred me to a weight loss clinic. So yes, Des, love to see you there. Hopefully you come.
They tried to give you HCG injections.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to be so careful with that stuff. Okay, yay, I will try my hardest to be there. Yeah, so I put the link to that, to the Vegas conference in our comments. Let me
Kathy, the Ides of March. Yes, Kathy. Yeah.
I'll put that conference in there again. And then we have don't we have one more thing we gotta?
Oh, we have so many things we have to talk about. There's never enough time. Because the other thing that's coming up, and this is not until April, but mark your calendars because we are so excited about it. April 12 to 14 is our next heart-to-heart virtual event. This one's going to focus on nutrition. So it's keto and beyond. And it has an even longer title, Keto and Beyond, Customizing Your Plan to Joyful Nutrition. So we're going to be talking about this holistic view of nutrition. And we have, again, a lot of names you're going to recognize, both from the lymphatic community and from the keto community. And we're going to have people there who have these conditions that are going to talk about their experiences. And we want you to talk with each other.
Yes. And here's the thing, we're going to, on the way there, on the way, something funny happened on the way to the Coliseum or something like that. So something exciting is happening on the way to the Heart to Heart. We are going to be having free webinars starting in about 2 weeks.
Yes. I mean, because the event itself is only about 8 weeks away. We're just talking about 2 months. Right. So it is coming up quickly, and we're going to have all those free webinars.
Okay. So we're having all these free webinars. We're having a lot of events, and you'll be invited. So if you have not yet, if you're not part of our email list yet, the easiest way to get on our email list so you get notified of all of this is to go to Emmy's Box of Hope. Because when you register to get your free resources, then we will also, you mark in there, yes, I want to be kept up to date. And that's how you get on our email list. And then you will get notifications on the way to the forum, not the Coliseum.
Yes, Kathy.
You can tell on the way to the forum. Sorry. But if you're able to go and get an Emmy's Box of Hope, or just go just put in Lipedema Simplified, and that'll bring you to our website.
Yes.
Register, you'll get all of that information. That's one of the exciting things about Lipedema Simplified. All of our information, we'll give it to you. We just keep giving. You need a paper, you need an article. Okay, we'll find it for you. Whatever we have. And so Kathy, you wanted to know where the Citizen Science Collaborative Conference link is. It's just I just put in links. The first one's, let me grab that. Let me see if I can grab it again.
Put it in again. And then also, Gail, I'm thinking, could you put our emails in there too? So feel free to just contact us directly. You got questions, you want a copy of a paper. I was just talking with one of our coaches today, Adi McKenzie, and she needs a bunch of papers that show that there's edema in lipedema. And so I'm going to be getting that off to Adi. This is, we need to help each other. We need to collaborate to keep each other up to date. Kathy is someone who is constantly sending me papers and links and stuff like that, keeping me up to date. So I'd love to hear from you. You'll see our emails, Gail at lipedema-simplified.org. And then I'm Leslyn at lipedemaproject.org. No hyphen in mine, hyphen in Gail between Lipedema and Simplified.
Right. So I've put both of our names in. Can we publicize ResearchGate poster to doctors?
Oh, sure. I mean, that's, and hopefully they're on ResearchGate. So ResearchGate is a kind of a place for researchers and clinicians. They all can put their papers there, or their posters, or some people even put their PowerPoint presentations there, and just a place for anybody to be able to see those things. And that's why I put it there, so to put it more out there in an open forum. So absolutely share away.
Yeah. And don't forget, with Emmy's Box of Hope, there's a lot of stuff in there that has some research in it. But it also has stuff to heal your heart, give you a laugh. We have an artist, Deb Jersik, who's done all the, I shouldn't say all, majority of the illustrations in like our little joke book and stuff. It was all created for you from our community. What else do we need to talk about, Leslyn? Anything, or is
Well, yeah, I just love that you guys are putting together stuff in the chat and making sure that we're talking about stuff that you want to talk about as well. There's always a bunch of things that we're excited about, but we have kept you here an overlong amount of time. As usual, we never end on time. So, but we do have a good time and we love hanging out with you all. Thank you so much for posting in the chat and letting us know that people are out there hearing us. That is so wonderful to know. Of course, we're going to be back again next Friday, same time, 4:30 Eastern. We're here every Friday, some combination of Catherine, Gail, Leslyn, and Siobhan. So we look forward to being here with you again.
see you soon?
Bye, everybody.